This is the last lecture or video of the chapter 6, right? In the previous lecture we have completed meaning of formal informal communication, characteristics, and what is the difference between formal and informal communication, right? Now in today's lecture we are going to learn that what are the barriers, right? What are the factors that are affecting to restrain the communication to become effective, right? And what are the measures to overcome or to reduce the barriers of communication, right? Starting with the barriers of effective communication. First, lack of planning. See, the sender of the information, see, we have already learned into the 11th standard, we have understood the meaning in the 12th that there will be two person or two parties that are involved, as sender and the receiver, right? When a sender is having a lack of planning, right, that whatever the message that he wants to convey, whatever the information, whatever the orders, right, that is coming from the top level or the middle level, if they are not arranged in a proper manner, if it is lacking of a plan, then what will be happening, that yes, that effective communication does not take place, right? When the sender of the information, he is only unclear about the messages that whatever he is going to convey, he is not able to make them understand the receiver, right? They are not going to interpret it into a proper way or a proper manner, then what is going to happen? Obviously that effective communication does not take place, right? Second, a faulty translation. See, many times that when the message that comes from the top level, that is instructions or order, whatever in the form of, right, it will not be in the mother tongue, the professional or that corporate language that will be used. So many a times at middle level, they are not going to interpret it properly, or we can say when it will be conveyed to the bottom level people, it will be a chance of a faulty translation. Why? Because reason is what that mostly those people who are working into the bottom level of management, they are not having that much of a skill, right, that or they are not having that particular ability of learn, right? So what is going to happen? Obviously that faulty translation, it will be there. And when the faulty translation, whatever the things here, like suppose I say open your books and you understood that there is open your notebook, right? There is a difference. I have not given the particular proper information that what is the thing that you want to open, okay, right? So many a times that when the faulty translation, it will be there by the end, at the end of the receiver, then the problem is going to arise, right? See, in the classroom also we are going to use that three different languages, that English, Gujarati and Hindi. What is the main aim of it? That yes, whatever the message, whatever the information, whatever the that information, educational information that we are going to provide, that need to be understood by you guys. Getting my point, right? Third, unclear messages. Many a times that whatever the selection of a media, it will be there, message that will become unclear because words and sentences, they are not arranged in a proper way. That this third point we can connect with the first one, right? When the lack of planning will be there, obviously the arrangement of sentences, arrangement of words, it will not be there, right? Instructions that are coming from the top level, if they are not properly arranged, then it will be difficult for the middle level to analyze and to interpret those messages and then implement it by the bottom level, right? When firstly it was interpreted wrongly, that unclear message, right, the same mistakes that is going to happen in a further level, that is bottom level, okay, right? So receiver is not going to get that particular message. See, whatever the messages or whatever the information that is coming from the at the end of the sender, it must be in a clear language and in a clear words. If it is not there, what is going to happen? Obviously there will be a problem. Fourth, that is unclear assumption. See, many times that when messages that will be conveyed, right, like take an example of you guys, right? Whenever the notice comes, you guys are having the assumption that yes, there will be tomorrow will be holiday, right? So by reading that notice, what am I doing? I'm doing that, yes, I'm removing the particular assumptions from your mind, right? Like suppose whenever the notice is going to come, it is not about the holiday or whatever the things will be there, right? I will be reading that notice, I will be clearing the assumptions of you guys, that is the receiver must have that that clarity of the message, right? Assumption must be clear at the end of the receiver. And whom that responsibility is? Whom responsibility is the person who is sending the message, the sender, right? Then shortage of time. Sometimes that people, they have to take decisions very quickly, quick decisions that need to be taken. So in taking this quick decision, sometimes that shortage of time it will be there, and when shortage of time it will be there, that information, whatever the information that is conveyed by the top level or the middle level, it cannot reach at a particular point of time or in a particular language to the fellow workers, that is bottom level or the middle level, we can say, right? So shortage of time, that is also going to impact the effectiveness of the communication. Then overburden in communication. See, many times that managers, they are busy, they are having a lot of burden of the work, right? Like I'm sending the messages as a top level CEO, I'm assuming that is that person, the receiver, is going to accept the message, but due to that he is or she is busy in work, he has that ignorance towards the message, or heard the message but he is not implementing those messages or instructions or orders, then what is going to happen? Obviously communication, it does not take place, right? Managers, they become overburdened. Supervisors, they can also become overburdened due to the that responsibility that has been assigned, right? So there will be, if overburden is there, overburden in communication, then it will not be proved effective. Okay, then ignorance towards the message. See, maximum that ignorance that will be there by the bottom level or the middle level people, right? Maximum that will be bottom level, whatever the instructions that are coming, but they are ignoring. Take an example of you guys, right? You guys are constantly ignoring the messages, and we are sending the messages, yes, you need to complete the notebooks, or you need to write down the notes, or whatever the things you have to submit your answer sheet, but we are ignoring, right? And when ignorance it will be there, obviously the company, they are not going to get the correct information, right? Like suppose that they are not submitting the report, the bottom level and the middle level people, they are not submitting the report to the top level, so how top level management, they are going to get that yes, whatever the task that has been done or not as per the instructions, as per the plan? And what is going to happen? Obviously there will be what? There will be not, it will not be proven as the effective communication, right? Next one, that is improper selection of media. See, we have already seen that various methods or types of a communication, right? Methods of communication are visual, audio visual, only audio, right? Silent gesture, everything it is there, right? But the improper media of selection, that will be there. Then obviously what is going to happen? There will be what? There will be not be a proper communication, right? Last and important one, that is distrust and the fear. Fear of what? Like suppose I have a past experience, right? And if I'm conveying the message, I'm providing the information, I'm communicating with the middle level people as a supervisor, right? But those communication that has been liable to get the punishment, then what I will be having? That I will be having the fear, the same things that can be happen, right? So I will be hiding those information, I will be hiding those data from the bottom, from the middle level of management as a bottom level worker, right? So that is the fear. Distrust, that yes, I am not putting trust on my superiors, that whatever the things that I am going to convey, they are going to listen to it and they are going to take the action against it, right? So that will be the problem, that is distrust and fear, right? So these are the points which are that barriers of effective communication. Now next is, what are the measures to reduce the barriers of communication or to overcome the communication? First, communication should be arranged as per the organizational structure, whatever that is a that functional organization, or whether it is a matrix organization or a linear organization, right? We need to what? We need to have that particular thing. A communication channel should be established in such a way as per or in accordance with what? In accordance with the organizational structure, right? Second, information should be precise. Precise, that means each and every data that need to be there, right? If I say that yes, tomorrow you have to come to school, no time is mentioned, for what purpose that I'm calling, that is also not mentioned, then there will be a confusion. So each and every information that need to be included into the communication or in a message, right? So that receiver can interpret it and accordingly they are going to act on it. Third, various mediums, they have various effect, right? So a proper communication channel should be selected. Like suppose if only audio message that will work, I will send audio. But this thing that is that making a video, I'm in it, that is going to give the different impact or a different effect on the particular learning method, right? Next, that it is a two-way process, that I have already told you into the that concept or a meaning of a communication, right? It is a two-way process, sender and the receiver, right? And that must be, that communication channel must be in such a way that receiver can also give their input into the communication, right? Next, that is Feeling of mutual trust and coordination must be there between the two parties, right? Whatever the messages that are there, right, it should be there will be a feeling of a mutual trust, right? Next, that is communication channel must be shorter, right? Many of the people they are included into the communication, so different people, different interpretation, different assumption, different perception, and they are going to they are going to analyze the message, they are going to convert the message in their own way. So if communication channel is shorter, then it is going to prove very effective. And no delay into the communication must be. No, there will be no scope of the delay in the communication, right? Like suppose I want to get that check, I want to get that particular notebook checking, and I'm informing onto the same day, then it is not there. I need to inform you in advance, right? Then it should be fast and it should be goal oriented, right? Whatever the communication that are that occurring into the organization or a business unit, it must be goal oriented and it must be fast, so that related person they can act upon it. Then broadcasting of information that increases the burden, so the broadcasting of information should be in a proper way or in a proper manner, right? Like I'm broadcasting the information, I'm telling the people that yes, you need to do that, you need to do this, but it is not going to that improve the situation. So what will be there, that whatever the broadcasting it will be there, whatever the information that I'm going to give, whatever the information or that sources of information must be in a proper manner or in a proper way, so that the message can be interpreted or message can be understood by the receiver, right? And next, that is time to time evaluation of communication system must be there, right? There will be that no gap or no any kind of lacking of the communication channel, right? If any changes that are needed, then it can be done, right? That's why this evaluation or the analysis of the communication channel must be done time to time, like suppose 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, right? That proper communication is taking place or not, everything that should be checked and everything that will be done as per the organization structure. Next, that is whatever the entire process of communication, right? Sender should not have any personal interest in it, right? For the own benefit, the sender cannot that manipulate the messages that need to send to the particular bottom level or the middle level person, right? No personal interest in it, right? To achieve the business objective, formal communication that need to be done without any kind of personal prejudice or personal interest, right? So that is called as what? That is called as the measures to overcome or to reduce the particular that barriers of communication. So that's it, we have done with the chapter, right? From tomorrow we are going to start the 7th chapter, that is controlling, right? As soon as we complete, we have that protocol that you need to send with the PDF, right? Okay, go through all the videos. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Thank you.